Hello everyone. Okay, I wanted to do a quick tutorial for you on how to go ahead and use iMovie to import your B-roll and get it all prepped and uploaded to YouTube. I realize people have had a lot of problems with the length of time that it's taking to compress stuff with Compressor using Final Cut Pro and Compressor. Because the purpose of this project is not to teach you anything about editing or compression, I want to make this as simple as I can for you to upload your stuff, and so I decided to show you how to use iMovie to do this. It is going to be a faster way to do it. It is not a professional way to do it. I do not recommend that you would do any editing of a professional, even semi-professional documentary with iMovie. iMovie is really a toy that's meant for people who want to make, quick and dirty home movies, things like that. It is really not a tool that is well suited to doing something as complex as a documentary. It does not work well for that at all. But we're going to go ahead and use it because it'll work for what we're trying to do here. So the first thing that you do after you launch iMovie, it may come up with a splash screen wanting to show you tutorials. Don't worry about that. This will be enough of a tutorial for you to get by. And so the first thing that you need to do is control-click here and choose Import Camera Archive. This would be after you've already copied your camera originals, your AVC HD folder, from your memory card onto the computer. You still want to keep those. You absolutely do not want to delete them. You want to make sure that you write down what computer you were on so you know, so you can go back and show me if there's some kind of problem, or you can make revisions if there's some kind of problem. Definitely keep track of the computer you were on. And do not delete any of your files. Because this is the NMS student account, only NMS students will have access to the account, and therefore hopefully will not delete anyone else's files. Again, make sure that you use a logical naming convention for your files so that you have everything that you need. At any rate, so what I'm going to do is choose Import Camera Archive, and I've already browsed here, but I'll show you how I did this. I have these located in my documents. I don't recommend keeping things on the desktop. It's a little complex to explain, but basically it can slow your computer down to put a bunch of stuff on the desktop. So I have this Camera Originals folder inside a little project folder that I created called iMovie Tutorial Com180B. You do want to stay organized. Don't just start creating folders all over the place willy-nilly. You want to stay as organized as possible. I'm going to dig down. This is my camera archive. Once you get to the level just above your AVC HD folder, it will recognize that this is a camera archive, so it says camera archive detected. Click import to proceed. I'll go ahead and click import, and now it shows me the clips that are available in that archive, just like if I had a camera connected to the computer. If I wanted to import everything, let's say you shot all great B-roll, you want it all, you could just leave it set to automatic here and press import all. If you just want to import one or two clips or specific clips, you can go in and uncheck any clips that you don't want and just import the ones that you do want. And so once you have them checked, then you can press import checked, and it asks you now if you want to create a new event. I would create a new event with your name, and then do not check Analyze Stabilization after import. If you do this, it will, or Analyze for Stabilization after import. If you do this, it'll take forever. It also would prepare your clips to be stabilized. This is something you can also do with professional software if you have some shake in your clips. But there are telltale signs. I'll be able to tell that you did it. I don't want you to do it because I want to see what you actually shot, and I don't want to see anything that's been stabilized. You can allow it to optimize your video size. You would never want to do this for anything professional, but for purposes of this project, it'll be fine because I just need to evaluate your shots. And this will cut the file size down by about 75%. So now I'm going to go ahead and just click import once I've named the event and left it checked for large here, and I'll click import, and it gives you a progress bar. It's going to take approximately about the amount of time that the clip is long, or the clips are long. So if you have, for instance, a 6 minute and 38 second clip, it's going to take about that long, maybe a little longer it looks like, to do the import. I think this may be slowing down because I'm also recording this tutorial on this computer at the same time. I did import this clip earlier on a different computer and it imported at about real time. So it took about 6 or 7 minutes to import. Once that is finished, you'll be able to start working with it. For the purposes of this tutorial, there's no reason to sit around waiting and listening to me talk, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and magically we'll be done with this as soon as I come back. Okay, so as you can see, it is done importing now. Took a little bit longer than real time, again probably because I had been running the tutorial screen capture software. So it tells me that it's complete and tells me how much footage it imported and how many clips. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and then I'll just hit done. So the first thing I want to do is select the portions that I want to use. You may have a whole lot of clips down here to choose from, but you can preview them like so. You should be able to hear them while it's going, so I need to figure out what's going on with the sound here, and I'm going to pause for a second to figure that out. Okay, for some reason, because I'm doing this tutorial, it's not letting me hear the sound. I don't know if you can hear the sound. If so, you may not have been able to hear me very well while I was scrubbing through her voice, so I'll try and not talk while I do that. But I'm going to go ahead and scrub through and find the places where she talks, and I'm going to select a little clip. You're obviously going to be doing this with B-roll. So you'll just be able to select the parts of the B-roll you want. When you click and drag, you'll be able to make a selection of an area that you want to use. So first of all, I'm going to find the beginning of what I want from this. And I'm going to click here and drag out until she's done saying what she had to say, and let go. And now I have this selected. So this is the portion of this clip. This is the portion of this clip that I would like to use. And I'm going to go ahead and drag it up into the project pane up above here to use it as one of my clips. Okay, so now it is in the project pane. I can select another clip now. And I can drag that in. Okay, so now I have these two clips. Now I need to go ahead and put some text over them so that I am able to identify what the clips are. You will be identifying them as things such as wide angle, low angle, so on and so forth. If you have clips that represent more than one type of shot, so you might have a wide angle shot that's also a low angle shot, and it could also be a Dutch angle shot. Just make sure you identify all the types of shots that a clip represents. And it might also be a nat sound shot. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the T for text over here. This lets me select a type of text to use. I suggest that you probably put it either in the very upper corner or lower corner. This upper looks like it'll be quite out of the way, so we can try this. You just drop it right onto the clip. And then we will edit the text up here. So what I want to do then is click Show Fonts. I'm going to select a nice small font, a small size. I don't want this text to take up much room. This just needs to be readable. I just need to be able to read it and know what your shots were. Please use the smallest possible font that's still readable, so that I don't have to try and guess at what the shot looks like because you've got it covered up with a lot of text. So just keep the text as small as possible. So now I'll just hit done. And then I'll go ahead up here and I'll say, we'll just pretend this is a wide angle and low angle and Dutch and also Nat Sound. So let's say this represents 4 of the different types of shots. You do still need to upload a total of 24 shots, but each shot could represent multiple things, and it would be good if you identify whatever things the shot does represent. For instance, you could also identify the fact that this is a medium shot. Okay? And so that is pretty much it for that portion. I'm going to go ahead and hit done. And now that text is added. So now you don't want to go to the trouble of constantly going in and adjusting the font size and all of that stuff. So the easy way to put text on each and every clip is to just copy it, and you can do that by holding Alt or Option, the Alt Option button. You hold that and drag it to the other clip. Now it's added to the other clip, and you can go in and say, okay, this is a high angle, and it's got Nat Sound and is extreme long shot. So obviously these are just standard interview shots. I'm just trying to show you the types of things that you might have it say.